and also a unit test also can be conducted. And the next topic we are going to discuss definite integration. So very, very important topic for last section in PUC. Last section we get 10 marks question. I think 10 marks are 10 marks question. In the 10 marks question, this definite integration, from the definition integration, one question is given in that section. Okay. Make a heading, definite integration. Definite integration. This is the topic. So definite integration, what is the difference? Indefinite integrals and definite integrals. In indefinite integrals, integral f of x into dx is equal to, you write capital F of x, you get capital F of x plus c. So c is the arbitrary constant. So the value of indefinite integration, if a function is integrable, integrate, then you get the value is not a perfect value. That's why we can add a constant, that is arbitrary constant can be added. But in this definite integration, a limit is given, that is a lower limit, that is a to b. For example, f of x is a curve. This is the curve. F of x is a curve. So this curve, the area of the curve in between x is equal to a and x is equal to b. The area of the curve in between x is equal to a is the lower limit, x is equal to b is the upper limit. So the area above the x-axis, this is the area. We want to find out this is the area. So apply the integral a to b f of x into dx. F of x into dx. Then do the integration. You get capital F of x from the limits a to b. Then substitute upper limit in this, that is f of b minus lower limit f of a. Then you get the numerical value. That numerical value is the area of this curve in between x is equal to a and x is equal to b and x-axis. So that is called definite integration. In definite integration, at last you get the value is a numerical value. In indefinite integration, you get the some function value, but definite integration, at last you get the numerical value. That numerical value is equal to the area of the given curve in between the lower interval a to b. So integral a to b f of x into dx means, first you can do the integration. You know the methods, all methods you know in indefinite integration, you can use that methods. First you find out the integration, then substitute the upper limit after you getting the value and substitute the upper limit minus lower limit. So you get the numerical value. That numerical value is nothing but area of the given function between these two intervals. For example, any function is in the form of a curve. The given function is in the form of a curve. For example, tan x, sin x, cos x, like that. All trigonometric functions have a curves. All algebraical functions are also have a curves. So these curves, the area of the curve in between the intervals, that is in between the ordinates x is equal to a and x is equal to b, that is the area. That area is called definite integration. So here, before this we can explain what is the limit of this sum, definite integration, by using the limit of a sum. So f of x is a continuous function. F of x is continuous function on closed a comma b. F of x is a continuous function on closed a comma b, then the definite integral of f of x, right? F of x is a continuous function. F of x is a continuous function on closed a comma b. The definite integral of f of x, that is integral a to b f of x dx. Integral a to b f of x dx is the area bounded by the curve y is equal to f of x, the ordinates x is equal to a, comma x is equal to b, x is equal to a, comma x is equal to b, and the x-axis. F of x is a continuous function on closed a comma b. The definite integral of f of x, that is integral a to b f of x dx, is the area bounded by the curve. This is the curve, is the area bounded by the curve y is equal to f of x. The ordinates x is equal to a and x is equal to b, and the x-axis. This is the area. This means we find out the definite integration from a to b, we get the area of the curve in between x is equal to a and x is equal to b and x-axis. This is called a definite integration. Next, make a heading, heading. Definite integral as a limit of a sum. 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 So how to find out? By using limit of sum. How to find out the definite integration of the given function in between the ordinates x is equal to a and x is equal to b by using limit of a sum. So draw this graph, everybody. This is the origin. For example, this is the curve. Y is equal to f of x. This curve in between x is equal to a. This is x is equal to a. And this is x is equal to b. In between these interval, you can separate n equal intervals, that is 1, 2, 3 equal intervals, and is so on, like that. Like that. That is from starting x0 is equal to a, this line, x1, x2, x3, and is so on, xr minus 1, XR and so on XN. XN is equal to B, nth interval. That means here also you make the straight lines. So you make this total in between x is equal to A and x is equal to B. You make this graph into n equal intervals. Starting onwards, this is x0, x1, x2, x3, and so on, xr minus 1, and xr, and so on, xn minus 1, and xn is equal to b. N equal intervals. That is, here the width of this interval is equal. That is, you take it as h. Width of the interval is h, right? Right? Divide the interval here. Divide the interval. Divide the interval. Divide the interval. Closed A comma B. Divide the interval closed A comma B in n into n equal intervals. N equal intervals. N equal intervals denoted by x0 x1 closed comma x1 x2 closed x2 x3 closed and so on xr minus 1 xr and so on xn minus 1 xn x0 x1 closed interval x1 x2 like that. Where x0 is equal to A, x1 is equal to A plus h. That is, the width is h units. This is A, this is h. That is, x1 is equal to A plus h. X2 is equal to A plus 2h, increasing h units, and so on. X r minus 1 is equal to A plus r minus 1 into h, and so on. X n minus 1 is equal to A plus n minus 1 into h, and x n is equal to A plus nh, that is equal to b. So every interval is equal intervals, means every interval breadth is h units. You take h units. So this is x0 is equal to A. Then increasing h units. Then x1 you get A plus h. x2 again h units increasing. x2 you get A plus 2h. Like that. xr minus 1 you get A plus r minus 1 into h. xn minus 1 you get A plus n minus 1 into h. xn, the last interval, xn is equal to A plus nh, that is equal to b. There, here you write A plus nh is equal to b, then nh is equal to b minus a. From this, h is equal to b minus a by n. From problem by problem, for example, they given integral 2 to 5 they given in the problem. So what is h value? For example, you want to find out, you make it is n equal intervals. So h value is what? 5 minus 2 by n. That is, h is equal to 3 by n, like that. The depth is 3 by n, like that. How many intervals you can separate? For example, you can separate 5 intervals, that is 3 by 5 units h value, like that. You can separating n intervals, that is h is equal to 3 by n, like that. That is, h is equal to what? B minus a by n. H is B minus A by N. Here, as N goes to infinity, then H goes to 0. As N goes to infinity, for example, infinite number of intervals you can separated. The curve can be separated infinite number of intervals, then H goes to 0. As N goes to infinity, something by infinity goes to 0. That's why H goes to 0. So here, observe this. For example, x is equal to a. What is this value? For example, this point, this length is, curve is given f of x, y is equal to f of x. X is equal to a. Then substitute y is equal to f of a. So this length is f of a. Y is equal to f of a. This is y units parallel to y axis. That's why this length is y units. Y is what? If x is equal to a, then you get y is equal to f of a. This length is f of a. What is this breadth? We are taking h units. So area of this is equal to what? You get h into f of a. Area of this is h into f of a. But here you make a rectangle like this. You make a rectangle like this. But here leaving some area. Sometimes, for example, sometimes we are adding some area. So here we are losing some area. Here adding some area. That's why at last you get perfect area. Curve is not perfect a straight line. Curve is right like this also. This is also curve. So you make rectangles. Here, for example, here there is a rectangle. Here adding area, here losing area, equal. Then you get the equal area. That is the main point here. That's why you can treat these are the rectangles. So this length is f of a, breadth is h. Then area of this is h into f of a, length into breadth. Like that. This length is f of x1. F of x1 means x1 is a plus h. That is y is equal to f of a plus h. This length. This breadth is h. So area is h into f of a plus h. This area you get. Like this area, f of a plus 2h into h. At last, this area is what? F of a plus nh into h. So then adding all these areas, then you get the area of the curve bounded between x is equal to a and x is equal to b and x-axis. So how many equal intervals? We don't know. N equal intervals. That's why you can apply limit of this sum. Limit n tends to infinity and sum of these areas, that is h into f of a plus h into f of a plus h plus and so on h into f of a plus nh. Then apply limit n tends to infinity. We don't know what is n. You are taking h is equal to common. Then apply the limit value. Then you get the area, sum of the areas. Sum of the areas. We don't know n value. Perfectly, we don't know n value. That's why we are taking n tends to infinity. Infinite intervals are here. That's why you are going to summation of these areas. Summation of these areas is limit n tends to infinity. H into f of a. Second area of the rectangle, h into f of a plus h. Third area of the rectangle, h into f of a plus 2h, like that, and is so on. Last interval, that is h into f of a plus nh, like that. This all summation, apply limit n tends to infinity, then you get sum of the all areas. Sum of the all areas is nothing but the area between the area of the curve bounded between the lines x is equal to a and x is equal to b and x-axis. That is called definite integration of a limit of a sum by using limit of a sum. But only first exercise or the problems are given by using limit of the sum. The remaining all exercises are by using integration, directly integration. We are going to, by using limit of this sum, finding the area, and also by using integration, finding the area, you get the same answer. This limit of this sum is very, very important for mains and all India level, all examinations. But in PUC level, I think it is not given in PUC level. Sometimes they are given 2 marks or 3 marks questions. Okay, that's why first exercise is depend on this limit of this sum. So notes is right up to this. Then write this: a plus nh is equal to b. Then nh is equal to b minus a. H is equal to b minus a by n. Here, as n tends to infinity, then h tends to 0. N tends to infinity, h tends to 0. Then write here, this is P, Q, for example, R, P, Q, R, S. P, Q, R, S. Then write the area, then write the area of the figure PQRS, PQRSP. The area of the figure PQRSP, the area of the figure PQRSP is equals to sum of the areas of rectangles, that is y is equal to f of x, x is equal to a, then y is equal to f of a. Y is equal to f of a, that is area of first interval is h into f of a. Area of the first interval is h into f of a. H into f of a, length into breadth, h into f of a. Breadth is h units, length is y is equal to f of a. In this way, the area of remaining intervals h into f of a plus h, comma, h into f of a plus 2h, and so on, h into f of a plus n minus 1 into h into f of a plus n minus 1 into h. Then sum of these areas, is denoted by Sn, that is Sn is equal to h into f of a plus h into f of a plus h plus h into f of a plus 2h plus and so on h into f of a plus n minus 1 into h into f of a plus n minus 1 into h. Here we are taking up to n minus 1 means here starting with x naught. Starting with x naught. That's why we are taking up to n minus 1. Starting x naught means n minus 1 means n terms like that. Sn is equal to h into f of a, that is sum of the areas, sum of the all rectangles areas. H into Sn is equal to h into f of a plus h into f of a plus h plus h into f of a plus 2h and so on h into f of a plus n minus 1 into h. Then apply the limit. Limit, we don't know n value, that's why limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity. Here we are taking h is common. For every term we have h. That's why we are taking h is common. H into f of a plus f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h f of a plus 2h plus and so on plus and so on plus f of a plus n minus 1 into h f of a plus n minus 1 into h, that is equal to limit n tends to infinity h into sigma n is equal to x is equal to kada x is equal to a to n minus 1 kada x is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Yes, n is equal to n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 terms. Let the notation immande r f of r, then r is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Simple. Limit n tends to infinity h into sigma r is equal to 0 to n minus 1 f of r. Is equal to f of a plus h like that kada. If r is equal to a ante a is a into n minus 1 into a plus n minus 1 terms, a to a plus n minus 1 into h up to like that, a plus n minus 1 into h. Yes. Then this is equal to integral a to b f of x into dx is equal to integral a to b f of x into dx is equal to limit n tends to infinity h into f of a plus f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h plus and so on f of a plus n minus 1 into h f of a plus n minus 1 into h. F of a plus n minus 1 into h, that is h is equal to b minus a by n. As n goes to infinity, then h goes to 0. As n tends to infinity, then h tends to 0. This is called This is called definite integration. This is called definite integration as a limit of a sum. Definite integral as a limit of sum. As a limit of sum. So we want to find out the definite integration by using limit of sum. In definite integration, you get the single step. By using limit of sum, you get the 5 or 6 steps, but getting the value is a perfect value. How to solve the given problems by using limit of sum? You understood? I think you understood. So here what is f of a is length, h is breadth of the interval. So we want to find out the area of the curve bounded in between the two intervals x is equal to a and x is equal to b. We can separate the total area n equal parts, n equal intervals. Then finding the area of the all intervals, then adding the sum of the all areas, you get the total area bounded by the curve by using this method. Here f of a plus h, f of a plus 2h, all are lengths of the intervals. H is the breadth of the intervals. Every interval breadth is the same, h length to equal intervals. That's why this is the n tends to infinity means we don't know n value. That's why infinite number of intervals we have. That's why we are taking limit n tends to infinity. So write one sum. Find integral a to b x dx by using limit of a sum. By using limit of a sum. By using limit of a sum. First, we find out h value. Solution given integral a to b x dx. Here f of x is equal to x. H is equal to b minus a by n. H is equal to b minus a by n. Upper interval minus lower. Upper bound. We call it is upper bound minus lower bound by n. Yes. Then find out the values, apply limit of this sum formula. First, f of x is this, f of a, that is f of a is equal to a. F of a plus h, f of a plus h is equal to what? You substitute x is equal to a plus h. F of x, instead of x, you substitute f of a plus h. That is a plus h. A plus h. F of a plus 2h is equal to a plus 2h. Like that, and so on. F of a plus n minus 1 into h is equal to a plus n minus 1 into h. A plus n minus 1 into h. Yes. Limit n tends to infinity. H is what? B minus a by n. H. H is b minus a by n. First f of a is a, f of a plus h is a plus h, a plus 2h plus is on plus a plus n minus 1 into h. So limit n tends to infinity, b minus a by n into here a plus is on up to n times, a plus is on up to n times plus a plus starting 1, 2, 3 so on n minus 1 and this one, that is n times. A is n times, but h is n minus 1 times. H is starting here, that is one term is less, n minus 1 times. That is h is h plus 2h plus 3h plus is on plus n minus 1 into h. Yes, limit n tends to infinity, b minus a by n into n times, that is na plus, here h is common, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus is on plus n minus 1. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus is on n minus 1. That is limit n tends to infinity, b minus a by n into b minus a by n into na plus here h is what? B minus a by n. Again substitute here, h is b minus a by n. This is sum of n minus 1 term. Sum of n terms formula n into n minus 1, n into n plus 1 by 2. Sum of n terms, first n natural numbers. Sum of first n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. Here n minus 1 terms. So instead of n, we substitute n minus 1. N minus 1 into n minus 1 plus 1. That is n. N minus 1 into n. N minus 1 into n by 2. You understood? Sum of the first n natural numbers up to n minus 1 terms only. Then limit n tends to infinity. So here b minus a, you take 1 by n inside the bracket. Here 1 by n inside the bracket. That is b minus a inside the bracket. Na by n cancel. A plus here b minus a into n minus 1 by b minus a by 2 into n minus 1 by n square. Why? Multiplying 1 by n here, here you get n cancel a, here you get in the denominator n into n square. So here you write limit n tends to infinity, b minus a into a plus b minus a by 2 into here 1n cancel, and the remaining n by n is 1 minus 1 by n. You understood? 1n cancel, another n is there, n by n is 1 minus 1 by n. Then as n goes to infinity, 1 by n goes to 0. As n tends to infinity, that implies 1 by n tends to 0. Then you get here b minus a, apply the limit here, b minus a, in the bracket you get a plus b minus a by 2, here 1, this is 0, this is 0, this is 1. That is b minus a, here taking LCM, 2a plus b minus a by 2, here 2a minus a, that is b minus a into b plus a by 2, that is b square minus a square by 2. That is the answer. B square minus a square by 2. So this is the limit of this sum by using limit on the for a simple integral a to b x dx. So what is the integration of x? X square by 2. Then substitute the upper limit and lower limit. That is b square by 2 minus a square by 2. Then you get b square minus a square by 2. In a single step you get the answer. Direct apply the integration. By using limit of this sum, this is the process. How many steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minimum 9, 10 steps we required by using limit of this sum. By using limit of this sum, you get the answer is b square minus a square by 2. By using integration also here, direct integration. What is the integration of x? X square by 2. Then substitute the upper limit. Upper limit b square by 2 minus lower limit a square by 2. Then you get b square minus a square by 2. Okay. Yes. In the first exercise, we have 6 problems are there. 6 problems are doing like this. After second exercise, we are going to this methods. Integration. Next problem. Integral 0 to 5. Find integral 0 to 5 x plus 1 into dx by using limit of a sum. By using limit of a sum. By using limit of a sum. First observe the problem. What is the lower limit? What is the upper limit? Here lower limit is 0, upper limit is 5. Right? Given solution. Given integral 0 to 5 x plus 1 dx. That implies f of x is equal to x plus 1. A is equal to 0. B is equal to 5 here. Then h value, h is equal to what? B minus a by n, that is 5 minus 0 by n, that is 5 by n. H value is 5 by n. First f of a. F of a means here a is 0. F of 0, you get 0 plus 1, 1. First f of a. A is what here? 0. Substitute 0 here. F of 0, what? 1. F of a plus h. A plus h. That is f of a is 0 here. 0 plus h is 5 by n. That is we required f of 5 by n. F of 5 by n is 5 by n plus 1. F of a plus 2h. That is equal to f of 0 plus 2 into 5 by n. That is equal to, you get 2 into 5 by n plus 1. You understood? F of a plus 3h is equal to f of 0 plus 3 into 5 by n. That is equal to 3 into 5 by n plus 1. 3 into 5 by n plus 1, like that. F of a plus n minus 1 into h. N minus 1 into h. That is equal to f of 0 plus n minus 1 into 5 by n. That is equal to n minus 1 into 5 by n plus 1. These are the values. and so on. First write the values. Then apply the formula. That is integral 0 to 5 x plus 1 dx is equal to limit n tends to infinity. H, what is the h value? 5 by n into first f of a, that is 1, plus f of a plus h, 5 by n plus 1, plus f of a plus 2h, 2 into 5 by n plus 1, plus 3 into 5 by n plus 1, plus and so on, plus n minus 1 into 5 by n plus 1, f of a, h into f of a plus f of a plus h, plus f of a plus 2h, plus f of a plus 3h, and so on, f of a plus n minus 1 into h. That is equal to limit n tends to infinity 5 by n in the bracket. Observe this. For every bracket you have 1 plus 1 plus 1. From starting this is n minus 1 terms and extra 1. That is n ones are there. 1 plus and so on n times. 1 plus and so on n times, plus remaining terms. Observe this remaining terms. 5 by n, 2 into 5 by n, 3 into 5 by n, like that. Every term we have a 5 by n. That's why you take 5 by n is common. That is 5 by n is common. In the bracket you get 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 plus, and so on, plus n minus 1 terms only. Starting from here, that's why n minus 1 terms. Here ones are starting here, that's why n terms. That is the difference here. N minus 1 terms. That is equal to limit n tends to infinity 5 by n into 1 plus is on n times, that is n. That is n. n into 1, that is n, plus 5 by n into sum of the first n natural numbers up to n minus 1 terms only, that is n minus 1 into n by 2. n minus 1 into n by 2. Then multiply 1 by n. So 5 is here only. 1 by n multiplying inside the bracket, you get limit n tends to infinity. 5 is outside the bracket. N by n, you get 1 plus there n into n minus 1 into 5 by 2 by n square. You understood? 1 by n into here 1 by n is there, n square in the denominator, n square, 5 by 2 constant, n into n minus 1. So here 1n cancel. Limit n tends to infinity 5 into 1 plus the remaining n by n is 1 minus 1 by n into 5 by 2. As n goes to infinity, as n tends to infinity, that implies 1 by n tends to 0. As n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. So this is limit n tends to infinity 5 into, sorry, apply the limit directly, right? 5 into 1 plus, here 1 minus 0 into 5 by 2. That is 5 into 1 plus 5 by 2. That is 5 into 7 by 2. That is 35 by 2. 35 by 2. That is by using limit of s sum. Integral 0 to 5. F of x is here x plus 1. Just by using integration, just to see this, integral 0 to 5 x plus 1 dx. So what is the x integration? X square by 2 plus 1 integration x from the limits 0 to 5. That implies substitute the upper limit 5. 5 square by 2 plus 5 minus substitute the lower limit 0. This is 0, total 0. That implies simplify this 25 by 2 plus 5. Take LCM 25 plus 10 by 2. That is 35 by 2. Definite integration by using limit of a sum. That is the second problem is over. Light cooling, light cooling. Open. Next problem, third problem. Find integral 2 to 3 x square dx by using limit of a sum. By using limit of a sum. Same, what is given? Solution, integral 2 to 3 x square dx. F of x is what here? X square. A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3. Then h is equal to 3 minus 2 by n, that is 1 by n. 1 by n. F of a, that is f of 2 is equal to what? You get 2 square. F of a plus h, that is f of 2 plus 1 by n is equal to 2 plus 1 by n whole square. F of a plus 2h, that is f of 2 plus 2 into 1 by n, that is 2 plus 2 into 1 by n whole square, and so on. Like f of a plus n minus 1 into h is equal to f of 2 plus n minus 1 into 1 by n, that is equal to 2 plus n minus 1 into 1 by n whole square. Then apply. Integral 2 to 3 x square dx is equal to limit n tends to infinity. What is h value here? 1 by n into bracket f of a plus f of a plus h, and so on like that. Here f of a is 2 square plus f of a plus h is 2 plus 1 by n whole square plus 2 plus 2 into 1 by n whole square plus 2 plus 3 into 1 by n whole square plus and so on plus 2 plus n minus 1 into 1 by n whole square. So here every term is squaring. Every term is squaring means a plus b whole square. In that every term a square plus b square plus 2ab terms. That's why that is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by n. For example, here expanding. In this bracket you get 2 square. In this bracket you get 2 square. In this bracket you get 2 square. Up to n terms plus this also. That is 2 square plus 2 square plus is on n times. And in this every bracket a square plus b square 1 by n square 2 by n whole square 3 by n whole square like that. That is plus 1 by n whole square plus 2 by n whole square plus 3 by n whole square plus is on n minus 1 by n whole square. This is one bracket plus another 2ab terms are there. What are the 2ab terms? 2 into 1 by n plus 2 into 2 by n plus 2 into 3 by n plus is on 2 into 2 into n minus 1 by n minus 1 by n. You understood? Everyone? Directly I am writing. After expanding these steps, every bracket expanding, then you get these values. That is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by n into bracket 2 square is on n times. That is 4 plus is on n times. That is 4n. 4n plus here for every term you get 1 by n square, 2 square by n square, 3 square by n square like that. 1 by n square is common. 1 by n square into bracket 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus is on n minus 1 whole square plus observe this bracket. For every term 2 2's 4, 2 2's 4, 2 2's 4. For every term you get 4 is common into 1 by n, 2 by n, 3 by n like that. N by n is common, 4 by n is common. Then you get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and is on n minus 1 terms, n minus 1. So limit n tends to infinity 1 by n into bracket 4n plus 1 by n square in the bracket. Sum of the squares of the first n natural numbers. Here n minus 1 natural numbers. N natural numbers means we have a formula n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Instead of n you substitute n minus 1. N minus 1 into n into n minus 1, 2n minus 1 out. 2n minus 1 by 6. Sum of the squares of the first n minus 1 natural numbers plus 4 by n plus 4 by n into sum of the first natural n minus 1 natural numbers n minus 1 into n by 2. Then multiplying 1 by n inside the bracket, limit n tends to infinity 4 plus 4n by n, n cancel, 4 plus here 1 by n cube. that is n minus 1 into n into 2n minus 1 by n cube into 6. Here 1 by plus 4 by 2 in 4 2 times 2 into 1 by n into 1 by n square, that is n minus 1 into n by n square, multiplying 1 by n inside the bracket, you get this value. Here 1n cancel. Here also 1n cancel. That is limit n tends to infinity, 4 plus 1 by 6 into, here there is n square. So 1n is dividing in this bracket, 1n is dividing this bracket. 1n here n square, 1n is dividing this bracket, 1n is dividing this bracket. So here you get 1 minus 1 by n into 2 minus 1 by n plus 2 into, here n cancel, 1n is there, that is 1 minus 1 by n. Here you know, as n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. As n tends to infinity, 1 by n tends to 0. Then substitute, apply the limit. 4 plus 1 by 6 into bracket 1 into bracket 2 plus 2. So this 2 is cancelled 6 in 3 times. That is 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1 by 3. 6 plus 1 by 3, 18, 19 by 3. That is the answer. 19 by 3. I have to check. Ordinary integration, you get 19 by 3. Same answer. So tomorrow you will continue the class. Thank you.